The poem Anthem for Doomed Youth starts with a haunting portrayal of soldiers dying on the battlefield during World War I. Owen uses the imagery of a battlefield filled with gunfire and explosions, where the sounds of rifles and artillery replace the traditional prayers and bells of a funeral. The noise and chaos of the battlefield emphasize the violent and impersonal nature of death in war. In a contrasting scene, Owen reflects on the sorrow felt by the soldiers' families at home. In the quiet of their homes, far removed from the front lines, families mourn the loss of their loved ones. The silence of these domestic settings is filled with grief, as their sons, brothers, and husbands are killed without ceremony or proper burial. The poem shifts to the imagery of a church, but instead of traditional religious rites, the soldiers receive only the pallor of girls' brows and the drawing down of blinds. This metaphorical scene represents the emotional response of those left behind, as they mourn the soldiers who died far from home. The absence of formal rituals highlights the anonymity and tragic fate of these young men. Owen then brings the reader back to the battlefield, where the monstrous anger of the guns and wailing shells serve as the only farewell for the soldiers. The battlefield becomes a graveyard, where the fallen are left without the dignity of a proper funeral, underscoring the senselessness of their deaths. In the final lines, the poem returns to the image of the families at home. The closing of blinds serves as a symbolic gesture of mourning, marking the end of lives cut short by war. Owen's elegy captures the profound loss and futility of war, as he laments the wasted youth of an entire generation.